I'm sure that everybody's been hearing about this whole Steam situation where payment processors are going after games on Steam and pretty much forcing them to take stuff down. Well, we got some updates on it, and not very many people are talking about this. They've talked about it like happening, but they haven't gone in depth to see actually who these people are. Well, Hypnotic has some information for us all. So let's sit back and enjoy the absolute fucking retards that are gonna get owned because the loud minority, they're not gonna win. They can't win this. And apparently these people are from fucking Australia. What are they doing trying to dictate how the entire world plays games? Yeah, they can go fuck themselves. And if Steam's gonna listen to this bullshit, then, you know, people are gonna stop using Steam. Because if you give them an inch, they take 1,000 miles. They won't stop.
So in this video, we are going to be talking about the feminist
Collective Shout. Of course. Of course they're called Collective Shout. Why wouldn't they be? Because that's all they're doing, is shouting. This shit's fucking retarded.
company or movement or group or whatever they want to be called, known as Collective Shout. This is the group that is currently going after payment processors that have been forcing Steam to essentially change a rule in their TOS that's making them happy, which is removing adult games that have certain themes that they don't like, right?
Yep, and now that they've seen that it's a success, they're gonna go after more stuff. They're gonna go after more games that they deem problematic. Eventually, they're just gonna get Stellar Blade taken down. Because that's where this leads when you keep letting them have wins. Steam should have doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down, and been like, no, go fuck yourself. Oh, you want to remove your payment system from us? Fine. I think more companies need to remove Visa and MasterCard and PayPal and all these other companies if they're going to be strong-arming companies into doing their bidding. Go fuck yourself.
Certain fiction that they don't agree with. Collective Shout is the one that is behind all of this. And Madam Savvy has been doing quite a bit of a deep dive into Collective Shout as a whole and discovering information I think a lot of you might be curious to know about, right? If this
Good on Madam Savvy, bro. I don't know who this is, but I've seen her before.
company wants to be so well known, and if this group
they're gonna be known, all right.
wants to be able to control what people are allowed to do and not do, then I figure, well, let's see exactly what they're into. So Madam Savvy says here on X, Collective Shout has quite the gaggle of geese. And by the way, guys, please consider following Madam Savvy if you are not already on X and on YouTube. She has a YouTube channel. I'll make sure to put it in the description of this video.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna check that out real quick. Hold on. Madam Savvy, where's it? Oh, he didn't do that. Hey, bro, you didn't put her in the description like you said. Oh, I've seen this avatar before. She's shown up in my feed before. Okay, I'm gonna subscribe. 19,000. She's only like 5 times bigger than me. That's cool. I'm gonna give this video a like.
She says, how about we talk about your past a bit? You are driven by faith and conservative morale instead of real social commitment. You were an advisor, and a year after you started, Paradigm worked to restrict safe abortion pills that were available worldwide, even affecting developing areas Australia's had a clause in. This means that R-word victims did not have access to safe pills that didn't harm the body so much. You have no meaningful education and seem to promote your bogus books quite a lot. Oh, it's another buy my book scenario. Wow, there seems to be a lot of connections between people that just make shit up and also want to sell you a book. Journalist
This is what I've been saying. Like, are these people conservatives? Because this seems like some insane leftist bullshit. And that's what I say all the time, man. The pendulum's swinging in the other direction, and it's gonna get worse.
Annoying mosquito trying to drain whatever industry you can, maliciously labeling all of anime. Now, keep in mind, this group has a certain hard-on against anime, okay? This certain group likes to target anime.
I bet they have something to do with Visa and MasterCard, trying to change Japanese culture by preventing anime creators from using their platform also. The same way they're doing with Steam.
Manga, and they're trying to say that all anime is childlike, and because all anime is childlike, that means that all anime should be essentially banned. All manga should be banned.
It's because Japanese people look better and look younger than them, and they don't like that. They're intimidated by that. If they look better than them, they automatically assume that they're childlike. Have you seen old Asian ladies? They don't age.
Because that way, you know, it's all like promoting either child abuse, whether it's violence or whatever. Like they're trying to ban all anime and manga. That's their main like kind of hard on. Although they try to dabble in gaming every now and then, and now that they got a win with Steam, now they're definitely going to be dabbling in gaming. But let's continue.
That's how these people operate.
They maliciously labeled all.
Once they gain a win on something, they're gonna go even harder at it. Doesn't matter what it is. They're just looking for wins. That's it.
All anime childlike, so they could get new power and control. They even went after popular games in the past like Grand Theft Auto, cheering on censorship, and even ridiculous things like taking pride in bullying a small winery for having a fun ad that they didn't agree with. She says, you don't care about women. You care about some wrong man, some that did to you, and want to take it out on everyone else. You'll use your stupid platform to retweet whatever sounds good, even from people who don't support you, that mock you, and even hate women because you put no deeper thought into anything. If you make such an easy blunder, how can anyone trust that you actually do any meaningful research? We both know that you don't, but you've lied your way into the spotlight. Well, honey, you got it. And there is no stone that I don't touch. Now, she basically covered, you know, the back, I guess you could say like the background of this person, Miss Rice. I don't even know if I'm saying her name right, but she put some screenshots over here that we're going to read into the background of this person. So the screenshot number 1 says there's been some controversy over the extent to which Tankard Rice claims come from a feminist position of concern for the greater social welfare of women in general. Questions center on her work for Senator Haberdine, an independent Catholic senator who, in deals with the Howard government in 1996, heavily restricted the availability of the abortion pill RU486, both in Australia and in countries in receipt of Australia aid. As a result, a drug that enables safer, less painful, and less invasive procedures widely available throughout the rest of the world was prohibited not only to Australian women, but to women in developing countries where Australia had instigated family planning programs.
I don't care about the abortion stuff. I don't care about that. I think they're right about that. Obviously, Christian. I think even R-word victims, I think they should still be having the kid. But that's neither here nor there. I'm probably going to get canceled just for saying that. People are going to click off the video for that, but I don't give a shit.
Tankard Rice's own deep adherence to her Christian faith has also led to suggestions that her stances against abortion and pornography are driven by conservative morale and religious belief rather than social commitment to ensuring the concerns of women are publicized and improved. So
this person's absolutely fucking retarded. I'll tell you that.
We have another ban porn situation, right? No,
we don't. I mean, that's what they're saying, but anything that makes them a little bit uncomfortable will be deemed as porn. We're gonna go back to, oh, you can't show your ankles. That's what it's gonna be. You can't show your wrists. They want basically Sharia law.
Have another ban porn situation. We've seen this before. This is another Goonergate. We are literally looking at Goonergate 2, by the way. Which is crazy because Goonergate 1 only lasted like a couple of days, but this is Goonergate 2 on a massive scale. She's far right. I would say probably
no,
far religious. I don't know.
Yeah, I think this is I think far retarded is where we're at on this. When people say, oh, she's far right, oh, she's far left, I don't think that actually exists. I think there's normal and then fucking retarded. That's the spectrum.
If she's far right, but she's definitely religious, so not exactly sure.
You know, they say far right because it's conservative and it's Christian. Now, these people are the exact same as the insane leftists. They're all the same people. I don't know why we have to label far left, far right.
Linda Tankard Rice was born to a farming family in Mildura, Victoria in 1960.
Oh man, I bet they really would hate for me to label them as insane leftists. Because that's what this shit screams to me. It's the same shit that insane leftists do, but with a different label on it. That's what this is. It's leftism. Not even leftism. It's the insane leftist freakism. Like, fuck these people. They're all a bunch of liars. They say they're Christian.
Oh, no wonder. She is dusty and angry. That makes a lot of sense. She attended high school.
That's exactly right. They're dusty and angry, and they're pretending to hate things because they want power. And once you give them a little bit of that power, they use it. And they'll keep seeking it. And they'll do more and more and more. They don't just stop. Once they complete their goals, they don't just stop.
Mildura before going to study journalism. Oh, another journalist. It's always journalists. This is why we say you don't hate journalists enough.
Yep.
Studied journalism at RMIT Melbourne and California State University, Long Beach, USA. After graduating, she worked as staff and freelance journalist in the United States and Australia for about 10 years from 1983. And in 1993,
Oh, so this bitch is old.
she began working as an advisor to independent Senator Brian Harradine, which she
This bitch is old. 1993? That was more than 30 years ago. 1983, that was more than 40 years ago. How old is this person going after video games?
held till 2005. It's always the journalists, man. You don't hate journalists enough. Collective shout, screenshot, Exhibit A. If these women don't understand that a lot of gamers have a grudge against women and will do some wild
The common woman L. I disagree, but that's pretty funny.
shit to get back at them. Gasnamaka says, I don't play video games, so I'm not an exhibit. Chronaro says, then why did you even post that? Common woman L. And then if you look here, if you scroll down, it says technology and co-author of the porn report, but we know statistically that young men have far better attitudes towards women than their fathers or their grandfathers did.
I do agree that porn is a problem. But why are you going after video games and anime when you should be going after kids' cartoons? Is really what you should be going after. And kids' books. Why aren't you going after those? Because that's where the bigger problem lies right now. Probably because nobody's paying attention to that. So it won't make them any money. It won't generate clicks. Because they're journalists. They have to generate clicks. Or, you know, they're not going to be successful.
There is some awful stuff online, McKee admits, but there is a big difference between what you can find if you look for it and what people are actually choosing to look at. If you look at the most popular pornography websites, the top 5 are all amateur sites where people post homemade videos of themselves. But for Tankard Rice, the distinction between these and
Yeah, we're going to go after all of the main publications. We're going to go after the popular publications because they're hosting porn. You realize they're doing this because if they don't do that, then there's just going to be crazy places that people are going to be going online because people are going to be looking for it. You might as well regulate it. That's what Steam does. That's why these things exist on Steam. So they don't go to other places and get radicalized by some crazy fucking random website that nobody's heard of.
use of material detailed in Big Porn Inc. is only of 1 degree. All pornography.
And by the way, you have to turn it on. You have to turn on the ability to see the porn games. You don't just see them on Steam. You have to actually go find it.
Entails treating another being as an object for sexual gratification. She argues, therefore, all porn is bad, degrading, blah, blah. This is the same shit. This is the same shit. This is literally just.
How about you just let people decide on their own what they're going to be interested in? How about that?
Just a Goonergate 2.0 situation. That is all this is. This person has a history of fighting things in the name of, like, I don't know, religion. I really don't know, man. For Tankard Rice's part, she says she's not interested in labels. She just wants people to engage with the substance of what she has to say.
Yeah. I don't think Christianity is a religion. Christianity, I think, is real. I think it is actual science. But you feel free to disagree with me. I'm not going to argue with you about it. But this is religion. This is religion. This is cult behavior.
Hey, call me whatever the hell you want. I don't care, she says. I believe my work is pro-women, pro-girl. Just let me get on with it. So she just wants to be left alone just to do whatever the hell she's doing.
Yeah, okay. Well, you go after the things that we like. Not saying that we like the things that Steam removed because of you, but you were going after Steam and anime as a whole, not just these few little things. And it sets terrible precedent. And it's a slippery slope. Walking on thin ice here. And if you want to put yourself in the public like this, if you want to change things that the public is like into, then you're going to be known and people are going to talk about you. Sorry.
So if we scroll
Not
down,
sorry.
she says, Sabby, the journalist says, just trust me, bro, and wants to use the harshest language possible to avoid being held accountable. But she genuinely believes women have no agency. They will ban the miniskirt being sold at the shop because women won't stop buying them. I told you it doesn't stop at fictional subject matter. You, the pro-censorship losers, cheering for them right now, don't like.
Yeah, what you're trying to do is get things removed from society that you don't like. That's not how this works. Have you ever read the Bible? Because the Bible doesn't say that.
Like, they are coming for everything.
The Bible says that there's going to be things in this world that's garbage. And you got to take up your sword and fight it in your own house, not fight it in the world.
And this is what I've said many times before. These people that are cheering right now because things they don't like are getting banned, they truly believe that these feminists are going to stop once the things they don't like, at all get banned. They think that, oh, okay, we don't like anime, we don't like manga, we don't like Gooner games, even though they secretly do, and we don't like any of this stuff. The feminists are banning that stuff right now, or they're trying to ban it. So this is great. Let's cheer them on because they think they can control them once the work is done. You can't control them. You can't control them at all.
Yeah, and what's going to happen when they win and all of the things they don't like successfully get taken down? Are they going to stop? They're just going to sit back and be like, all right, the world is perfect now. Is that what they're going to do? No. They're going to find some other things that they don't like. There's always going to be something that you don't like. Just keep it out of your house. People have free will. Go fuck yourselves for trying to fuck with that. You're trying to enslave us all.
You think they're going to stop at stuff you just don't like? No, they're going to eventually get to something that you like. And then you're going to realize the animal that you actually let run free.
Yeah, I don't like the stuff that they took down or they got taken down. I don't like it. But it never stops there.
Entire time. Actually, the animal that you cheered on half the time to keep going. So let's continue now to another post from Madam Savage.
Oh, we can't get Steam to take it down. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go straight to the payment processors.
Where she quote tweets somebody called Danny Pinter. I have no idea who this person is. Literally no idea. But she says, no one agrees with you who is worth listening to.
No. I agree with the things that they don't like. Like, I agree that a lot of that stuff should be taken down, that it shouldn't exist. But that's not what they did. They didn't go after the thing that we don't like. They went after Steam. They couldn't get the government to do it, so they got the entity that doesn't have to be the government, that works like a government, who's probably actually more powerful than the government, to change the things for them. And that's bullshit.
Everything as childlike, so you can keep grifting the government for child exploitation. Women are...
No, they surpassed the government. They went above the government's heads and went straight for the money.
Pushing back against you. Men are. Everyone is. But you want to plug your ears and go la, la, la. You are psychotic, hate men, and do not give a flying heck about kids. Otherwise, you'd be doing mission work in Africa or the Middle East. Instead, you're going after anime and putting mental illness on full display. So this person seems to have a problem with, I guess, Annie, the new AI, which, by the way, this thing is insane.
I'd estimate her age at around 16 years old. It's a fucking robot. It's a fucking robot. And it's 16. How do you know? Actually, this robot that you speak of, that you say, I'd estimate her age at around 16 years old. Actually, it's like 5 days old. Let's ban anything that's just a few days old, because it's a baby. That's basically a baby. Get fucking real, man.
So they use AI to judge the age of an AI avatar and say, oh, they're going to estimate the age around 16 years old, where I believe if you look up the age of Annie, they claim Annie is 22 years old. Have they never meant a 22-year-old person that looked extremely young? I don't like, these people like to live in a world of black and white, and it's so obviously fake. It's so obviously bullshit. It's so obviously moral grandstanding. This person does not give a fuck about what they're complaining about right now. They don't give a shit. They don't care at all. They just see an
She's just an old dusty bitch.
ability to utilize that particular whatever to bolster whatever their cause may be in real life and try to get real censorship enacted. That's all they care about. Most people who engage with this post agreed with me. Really? Is that true? Because it don't look like that, right? 32 likes to 245 comments. Is that most people agreeing with you? I said you barely have any likes and hundreds of comments. Almost nobody agrees with you in any real capacity. I got more likes than she did in this post. So how did okay, so let's look at the original one. This is porn culture. If you think normalizing, utilizing an almost childlike appearing pornified female anime character with spicy mode who strips as your AI chatbot tool does not affect how you see women or desensitize you to abuse, then we are cooked. No, you are definitely cooked. 3,400 likes on almost 800,000 views. Most people did not agree with you. Most people just looked at you, thought you were retarded, and moved on with their life, right?
Yep.
So it's very clear. Mark Fox says,
I agree. I agree that Annie is pornified and it is porn-brained, but it's not up to us, man. It's not up to us. It's not up to you to make those decisions because we don't know what the fuck we're doing. We're all retarded. And you just happen to be the most retarded by thinking that you can actually get something done.
you have no concept of what porn is. None. None of them do, by the way. They try to take some of the most simplistic things, some of the most like literal bare bone, I guess you could call like teasing or whatever. Some of the most bare bone things, and they try to make it into something that is deemed as porn. You guys are doing what the leftists do. And this is what I say all the time. This is what I said during Goonergate. You guys are doing what the leftists do, which is utilizing words in ways that they are not meant to be utilized.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're insane leftist freaks. I don't care what anybody labels them. I don't care how they label themselves. They're insane leftist freaks. I hope that they think they're right wing, because they're not. They're fucking liars.
Which
they're
means
lying
that
to
the
themselves.
word is going to lose all meaning. The word is going to lose all power. The description of the word is going to get muddied. And before you know it, the word will mean nothing. So if you call everything porn, then nothing is porn. You get what?
Yeah. Exactly.
What I'm saying? You guys are that fucking stupid. Then Savvy says they just want to ban everything they don't like, which I agree with. Since the women won't stop buying the skirts, they will ban the stores from selling them. Keep in mind, right? These feminists.
Yeah, they're not going to go to the companies that are making the skirts and try and talk them out of making the skirts. They're just going to go to the stores and make them not sell the skirts. Or if that doesn't work, they'll just burn down the fucking store.
Out here trying to complain about short skirts, fucking thongs, anything slutty, basically. Not OnlyFans, though. They don't complain about that. And not smut books. They don't complain about that. But, porn games, anime games, manga, anime in general. They complain about all this stuff, but it's always things they never even remotely understand about. Literally zero. And also keep in mind, when they target anime and manga, they're literally targeting an entirely different country. They're targeting an entirely different culture. They have no idea what the Japanese culture is like. They're looking at it through the eyes of a Western feminist, which is the worst thing you could do. Never look at anything, especially anime and manga, through the eyes of a Western feminist, because you know what's going to happen? Everything is going to piss you off. Literally everything is going to upset you. There is nothing that's going to make you happy except Animal Crossing. That's the only fucking thing that's going to make you happy. They are terminally angry at everything, especially if it makes them.
No, Animal Crossing will be a problem too, because animals being people, that's furry shit. Can't have that. That's a problem.
And happy. God forbid a man looks at a beautiful woman and says, wow, she's hot. Oh, no. That is not allowed. That is not a good thing. Lip gloss add a little spicy. They'll shame it off the internet. Sexy Halloween costumes are a big no-no. Playboy raising money for breast cancer? Nope. Fuck the breast cancer charities. Melinda Collective shout say. Wow, that's crazy. Is that true? Melinda doesn't think women have agency. Melinda is guided by her own bullshit. Is nothing more than an opinionated journalist who somehow in 1995 labeled herself a bioethic.
I thought he said penny knitted. He said opinionated. Penny knitted. That sounds like an insult, and I like that.
Advisor for a politician. All this bitch does is lie. All that group does is lie. And then again, she provides more screenshots as to just how deep this rabbit hole goes. So again, guys, this entire story around Collective Shout, it really is quite I guess you could say quite informative, right? Where you can see the many decades of work these people put in to slowly but surely gain power little by little, right? Because power is not something that's easily given. It's also not something that's easily taken away once it's given, right?
Yeah.
And this is something that they've been working
And then they just seek more and more power. When they get the power that they want, it's never enough.
towards over time, little by little by little. They take a lot of losses, but eventually they get that one little W that's going to allow them to get another one little W, and eventually they're going to get a big W. And I feel like their big W right now is what's happening with Steam and the payment processors. So you guys can let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this? What do you think about Savvy saying? What do you think about what she's shown? Make sure to consider giving Savvy a follow, not only on X, but also on YouTube. If you enjoy her content, I'll link everything in the description box below of this video and also in the live stream chat. Let me know what is it you think about all of this, and I will see you guys on the next one. If you enjoyed the video, consider giving me a like, and I'll see you in the next one.
So I'm going to use churches and strip clubs as a good example. Should a church go over to the strip club and strong arm them into banning women stripping there, or rather should they talk the people who are going to the strip club out of going to the strip club? That's what you should be doing. Not trying to burn down the fucking strip club, because you're not convincing the people who are going to the strip club to not go to the strip club. They'll just go somewhere that's worse, that's hidden, that's secret. You ever heard of a speakeasy? Do you know what a speakeasy is? When you ban alcohol, you get speakeasies. And they were way, way worse than bars. They were ran by the mafia, the mob. And people died because of it. You fucking massive retards. You're not getting rid of the porn. You're getting rid of the regulation, is what you're doing. Like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell for all notifications. Dude, I'm probably getting fucking canceled today.